Go. And welcome everybody to this podcast, if we're calling it that. Can it be called that? With our great friend Hoggard, who of course we all know in Leicester, and our new friend John. And it's fantastic to welcome you. We've had a few footballers come and do this. We had Trevor Francis come, Emil Heskey's been, Jason Cundy's been. Jason, my favourite, because I'm a Chelsea fan.
You're a Chelsea fan?
He scored against
You're a Chelsea. You work and live in Leicester, and you're a Chelsea fan.
The only the club I never played for, because I went Luton, Arsenal, West Ham, Wimbledon, happened to miss out Chelsea.
Yeah. So what you're saying is you're a bit of a slut. You just go anywhere.
But I've got to talk about football just quickly, because when we look at that list of clubs that you've just mentioned, what an unbelievable season it is for you. You must be so interested in this season. You've got Arsenal fighting for a championship, Celtic at last actually having to fight for a championship as opposed to being given a championship. You've got Luton getting into a playoffs. You've got West Ham fighting relegation like you did in 2002.
That's right, yes.
You've got Coventry with Super Frank just easing them into the Premiership as he would do because he's next Chelsea boy. And it's your teams are all in having a fight, aren't they?
Well, the last time we were in the Premier League with the Coventry was 2000, which is 25, 26 years ago, and we got relegated that year. And they've not been back. And it was Brian Richardson and Gordon Strachan. And they offered me, we got relegated and we had good players like Craig Bellamy and Mustafa Hadji, and I had talks with them throughout the summer of that year when we were relegated, and they almost offered me the earth to stay, but I went on holidays and then I realised that they'd sold Mustafa Hadji to Aston Villa for £4 million. They'd sold Craig Bellamy to Newcastle for £6 million. So I thought, well, if two of the other better players have gone, because I always felt if we could have kept everybody together that year, there was a great chance of coming back with the parachute money and everything else. But I ended up going to Celtic in 2001. And as I said, it's brilliant to see Coventry, with everything that they've been through, had to move from the Ricoh Arena, playing games at St Andrews, playing games at Northampton, but now Frank has galvanised it all. He's had the support that he needs with bringing in some new players and things like that. And I'm just genuinely delighted for Coventry, because when I lived in the Midlands, I lived in Hockley Heath. My wife actually worked in Coventry in an all-girls school. So it would have been a great place if I'd stayed there. And obviously we could have kept the best players.
Obviously at a local level, we've got the highs of Coventry coming up and the absolute lows of our home city, Leicester, going down even further than they have been. You've got an interesting watch on, haven't you?
I've got a beautiful watch, and you haven't got one of these, have you?
One of them.
It's a Premiership winning watch.
Is that right?
From Leicester.
Each player was given one by the owners are amazing. They give the players a watch.
What's
it's a
that
Hublot with the fox on it. So we're selling that for 24,000.
Can you say that? £24,000 I've got on my wrist, and I know where the exit is. I'm just going to the toilet, Dominic, and I'm legging it.
Run as fast as you used to.
I don't need to run, I just need to be sneaky and disappear before you realise they've gone.
But going back to the football, and looking at the big highs and lows, I want to touch a little bit on your life story in a moment if we can.
Yeah.
But before we get to that, the highs of both Celtic and Arsenal might win championships, and you being in the relegated club with West Ham last time and Coventry then. What is the difference? When you won your trophies at Celtic, the adulation of getting up there and the low of getting relegated, that emotion must be just phenomenal for you in each sort of stage.
Well, what they say is it's tough at the top, it's even tougher at the bottom. When you're trying to fight and scrap, and it's not necessarily, when you're in a relegation battle, I always found it's not necessarily about good players at that level trying to come together. It's about, you have to be together, you have to really show a good team spirit, a real togetherness. You have to fight for each other, fight for every ball, because you're in a dogfight, you're in a relegation scrap. And you look at it this season, we managed to do it with West Ham. I think we were about 12 points adrift. We actually went to Leicester that season away from home and won 1-0. Martin O'Neill was the manager back in 2000 and when would it have been?
Well, we were sponsors. He was great because he used to keep the players the other side of the pitch, send them the other side of the pitch for me, and then go, Dom, when you're doing the player of the match award, they have to walk all the way over there while you're talking, so you get a little bit longer. Yes. He was such a nice guy.
Martin.
Martin.
Yeah, he was
such a nice guy.
Great manager. And he's back now. He's back at Celtic at 74 years of age.
Yeah. Is he going to win?
Well, I think it's a bit of a toss of a coin. You know, I think Celtic play. They go to Hibernian on Sunday. Rangers have to go to Hearts on Monday night. And then there's another couple of games as well. Then you know, so
but everybody wants the underdog.
It's you could chuck 3 balls up actually and just see whoever wins it will have to get on a good run and pick up that bit of momentum. There's only 4 games to go now, by the way, so it's going to be very tight. Yeah.
I think the biggest excitement though is Spurs being relegated, because of course you missed your opportunity to go there, and now you must be thinking, well, I didn't get there for a reason, because they're now going to be a championship
I
team.
failed a medical at Spurs.
On purpose?
No. And I would have gone Arsenal, West Ham, Spurs. Not many would have done that. But it was Dr. King, it was Alan Sugar, was the chairman, David Pleat was the chief executive. I'd worked with David Pleat at Luton.
Yeah.
And then after that, then it was George Graham, of course, who signed me at Arsenal for that record transfer as a teenager. Yeah, so it's going to be between. You know, they both won last weekend, didn't they? But again, it's going to be very, very tight.
But Spurs, luckily, against the bottom team, didn't they?
That's right.
They scraped a win against
West Ham were
Wolves.
away at Brentford this weekend. Brentford at home, difficult to beat. So West Ham have got a tough one.
They're looking both tough ins. My little one is, I'm hoping, because Chelsea won at the weekend, we now had our match moved against Spurs.
Right.
So that's now on Tuesday the 19th. And that's the relegation game, isn't it? Chelsea to relegate Spurs.
Oh, we'd love to do that.
How would that be?
I remember as well, Spurs were going for a title a good few years back.
I was there.
And
I was there.
They went to Chelsea. Did Chelsea beat them?
But Chelsea. But Hazard drew it, didn't he? He came out the second half.
That's right.
John Terry did the speech at half time. Boys, this isn't happening in my time here. And Chelsea came out second half, Hazard scored.
That's right.
It was the Battle of the Bridge. I think we'll have another one of those. I want to talk on your health, because actually we have something very much in common. I had a brain tumour in 2004, 2005, recovered from mine, and yours is a well-documented battle where you had a bigger battle than most of us, because it spread throughout you, didn't it? I mean,
yes, it did.
And that battle then must have taken everything into giving you a real perception on your football career.
Absolutely, it changed everything. I'm completely changed now in every facet of what I do in my life. I think when you've touched the other side, you know, like I did, I think it's the simple things in life for me now. I live up in Edinburgh. I've got in a beautiful part of the world. It's going to the beach and, you know, walking along with my kids, jumping up and down, just appreciating everything, you know, because it all nearly got so taken away from me because I was ignorant of my health. I had a small little lump on one of my testicles. I didn't go and see the doctor. I never checked it. In all fairness, I was scoring goals. I was fathering kids. It wasn't affecting me in any way. But over the course of time, it spread. It got larger, and it spread from my testicles up to my lungs and onto my brain. So I needed 3 emergency brain operations to get through that, and through the grace of God, that was in 2008. So, you know, I have to pinch myself sometimes to realise how much of a lucky man I am, because a lot of people don't get through it.
I remember watching it very, very closely, because it was only 3 years before that I had my brain tumour. So I'd had an 11-hour
okay
operation.
now?
Absolutely okay now. It's just the great beauty is I can't hear a word he says because they had to go through my right ear. So I lost the right ear in the operation. But I've got to ask about a character, because I've got a great friend who then helped me afterwards and helped get me trained and everything else, called Darren Grewcock, who's you know, grew very well too. Absolutely nuts, in all honesty. How, was he nuts when he trained you at Coventry as well?
Well, he was almost become a personal trainer to Craig Bellamy. I think Craig used to drive him mad, because Craig was so obsessive about fitness, speed. He would keep Grewy back in the gym. He was an outstanding professional, Craig Bellamy. So it was Craig, obviously a Welsh colleague of mine, but me and Darren got on really well, because I wasn't particularly one for the gym. You know, I didn't really, you know, weights and the gym was never my thing. I was strong on the ball, which is quite unique, because I didn't have to do weights to be strong. I was just physically quite a strong guy. They reckon Alan Shearer, not a lover of the gym. There's certain people that are just physically strong bones, you know. Hoggy would know that.
Farmer strength, we call it.
Yeah, that's absolutely right.
Because I hated the gym as well, but I was physically big and strong.
That's right. But Grew was a great guy, great character. You know,
Well, I have to say, I went to the gym with him for 20 years after my brain tumour, and in the end, I only used to go there for the Monday to hear what he'd done over the weekend, because his stories were so outlandish, they were so unbelievable that I'd go to the gym to see what Grew had done over the weekend. But it's fantastic that both of us are here today, and I think it does give you a perception. I have to say, I slipped back into the old ways fairly quickly. You know, I'm pleased to say that, you know, we all joke about these things. You know, while I was meant to be in intensive care, somehow I managed to father my son, so I've kind of been that ill. So, you know, and I straight away I got married afterwards, and I wanted that responsibility in my life, because exactly like you say, you're very grateful for being here. But I slipped back into becoming a workaholic a bit again, and I'm here more often than I'm anywhere else, sadly. But it sounds as if you've kept that life balance really well with your kids and your family.
That's right, and it's just, for me, I just appreciate every moment now, if I'm being honest. Of course, you've got to live your life, and you get ups and you get downs, but I think as well, I've got a bit older. I'm 51 years of age now, and I think, you know, the good thing about getting older is that you get wiser. You get wiser to people, you get wiser to decision making, you leave certain places at certain times. And that's certainly been in terms of a big thing for me. I hardly go outside the door now. I don't like being around people, because people are just doing whatever they're doing, and I just don't like it.
You sound exactly like me.
Oh, yeah. I like my own privacy. Don't get me wrong, I love a game of golf, and I like a pint at the right time with the boys, but I've really knuckled that down and just realised what I've got. I don't want to lose that. And I've been very, very lucky in my life. I had a wonderful football career. I've got a beautiful wife, Sarah. We live in Edinburgh. I've got 5 lovely kids.
Will you stop it? My wife's called Sarah as well.
Right, yeah. But no, I'm blessed in a way. I'm very, very lucky, and I can come and do dinners. I do them for all different types of companies, and I'm here today for Champions, which is great. And yeah, life is really good at the minute, and I know where I was previously. You know, I'd be in my house on a Saturday night waiting for the withheld number on my phone. It's a national newspaper, you've done this, you've done that. I don't get them calls. I can actually enjoy my Chinese.
There's a file.
Oh, exactly.
Yeah, you see the Epstein files. There's a Hartson file.
And I've been there, and I've done that, and I've seen it, and I'm on a different path now.
It's an inspirational
And it's a quieter path, and it's an easier path, you know.
Well, it's an inspirational story, and we're certainly going to really enjoy having you here today. But I can't have you not wearing a watch at a jeweller's. So I've got a choice of two watches. Oh no, we don't mention that, right?
Yeah.
Would you like to see my watch? It's a premiership winning watch.
You're going to show me that 4 times before I leave this place.
You can wear an amazing limited edition Brighton we've got, which is just a fantastic watch, which we can put on your wrist. And it's in Coventry blue, is why I chose it.
Yeah.
So that's very suitable for you.
That's the one. Brilliant.
Now, before we finish, Hoggy, I've just got to turn to you quickly.
Yes.
You're mentioning that our really good mate, Mr. Paul Addison,
yes,
is doing some extensions to your Hoggard's grill, and you're getting his new kitchen company to come and fit it out for you. Just give us a little bit of a quick review. What's going to happen with that?
Yeah, so we're in talks at the moment, secret talks, so we're not allowed to say anything.
Last blow.
But yeah, Addy, beautiful shop fitter. He started designing outside kitchens, and he had a little look to see if anybody he knew did anything outside in kitchen-y related cooking. And he went, you know what, Hoggy does Hoggy's Grills, got a beautiful grill school. Could be opening more of a restaurant in Stanford soon. And what better place to put his kitchens than my grill school?
Absolutely, it'll be a great opportunity for him, and I wish you all the best for that.
Thank
you.
So
guys, thank you very much. We've got a lunch to look forward to. You're probably going to have to recount all those stories again.
What time is the
You'll
lunch?
be there on time with your Fox's watch. I didn't forget the Fox's watch. And I haven't actually it's at the right time. But guys, Hoggy, thank you very much indeed.
Thank you very much.
John, thank you very much indeed.